Palace are down in the bottom half of the table somewhere.
Tom.
No, we can't score a fourth. If we
Tom.
score a fourth...
Tom.
Sorry, Gina. Sorry. Just daydreaming about... nothing. No matter. How's Nicolas Pepe getting on, Gina, at his training camp?
What training camp?
Yeah, the training camp I sent him on how to score goals from half a yard out. Andre's doing it. He's doing it out in Belarus somewhere, I think.
Andre is here. Ask him.
Yeah, Andre, how's it going? You looking after him? Andre, I think you're on mute. Andre, this seems really ominous. Andre, is Pepe okay? Hello and welcome back to the FM22 Beta Save with Newcastle United. Hope you're looking forward to today's episode because it's going to be a big one. We've got some different challenges awaiting us today. First up, we have Huddersfield Town, who are bottom of the table. We're playing them in the Championship, and they're currently managed by John Terry, as you can see, who was... managed Doncaster United as well, left them for Huddersfield and is about to get relegated with them. So, well in John Terry. Following that, we have the FA Cup third round. It's the first round we've entered into, and we've got a challenge today because we're playing Wolves, who are obviously in the Premier League, so this will be a good test of our mettle. We're now also in the start of January as well. It's gone quite quickly, I must say, because we had the break for the World Cup in between the Crystal Palace game and actually the Stoke game. The Stoke game was we played Preston and Birmingham whilst the World Cup was going on, so we were missing a couple of players for that one. But we did have a very tumultuous time of things. So, as you can see, last time you were here, we drew 2-2 and beat Crystal Palace 3-1. We then played 4 games in between episodes, and the first game against Preston was very routine. A lovely 3-0 victory there. It was then the game against Birmingham where, well, quite frankly, we were 2-1 up, 3-1 up actually, and then they came back and scored 2 goals relatively late on in that game, which was so frustrating. But the best game in between episodes by a long way was this game against Stoke. I really wish this one had been on camera because it was so good, but we started off by scoring a goal through Raul Jimenez, assisted by Melvin Bard, the left back who was playing in place of Luca Dean. Bard then got himself a straight red card, which was not great, as it meant that Stoke scored 3 goals in a row, which was far from ideal. But 84th minute, Almiron gets a goal. 92nd minute, we win a penalty, which Jimenez converts. And then straight from the kickoff, we go right up the other end of the pitch. And Nicolas Pepe, of all people, putting behind him that disastrous goal from last time out, or not goal from last time out, scored in the 93rd minute to bring it all the way back. 10 men, 3 goals down. We won the game 4-3. Beautiful. And then after all of that, we lost 1-0 to Palace the game afterwards, which was really frustrating. So, from a high to an absolute low there. And I am kind of tempted to say that the fixtures might still be out of our favour as we take on Huddersfield because they're bottom of the table. It's almost a guaranteed win for them when we're top of the table as things stand, as you can see. Despite the loss to Palace, we do stay top of the pile by 3 points ahead of Watford, who are 3 points ahead of Stoke, who are 2 points ahead of Middlesbrough, and then the rest of the playoffs are pretty close behind them. Raul Jimenez, though, is still the top scorer in the league, though. And there's something else you should know about Raul Jimenez. Well, let's just say we've got a World Cup winner and a top goal scorer awarded player in the World Cup in our team. I'm joking, it's not Raul Jimenez, he was terrible. I think he scored 1 goal in the World Cup and then they got knocked out. So, no, not really finding form in the World Cup, but still finding form for us at least. Anyway, we take on Huddersfield today. Obviously, these are the other fixtures going on right now. We need Lincoln City to start winning games. They're just above the relegation zone. Come on, Lincoln, get some wins there. We need you to do it as we head into the team selection here. So, this is the team that I think is going to be taking on basically Huddersfield today. I don't know what to pause there. It's Huddersfield we're playing against. Santos stays in goal, but due to injuries to Luca Dean and suspensions to Melvin Bard, Guindo is playing at left back today, with Carboni, Sula and Williams taking up the rest of that back line. Vidal and Mbom are back together once again in the centre of midfield. They've been separated for a little while, but they're back together now, with Gabriel playing on the left wing because Dele Alli's had a few poor games, to be fair. So Gabriel will play on the left, Pepe on the right, with Alberto and Jimenez through the middle. So with kickoff upon us here today, I thought the camera wasn't recording then, I was about to panic. It is recording, which is fine. As kickoff is upon us here today, Huddersfield obviously bottom of the table. This has to be a routine win for us. We need to get a good amount of goals here to get past the ghosts of that Crystal Palace 1-0 loss. We were fantastic against Stoke, the way we came back into it, and then we just did nothing against Palace. But of course, we do want to end up winning the league, so we need to keep winning these games. And as it stands right now, Huddersfield are coming forward with an attacking free kick, played short. And what are they going to do with it? Because I can't really see them doing much with this one. Luckily, that did not go in the back of a net. Also, I do want to say thank you very much for the comments yesterday saying happy birthday to my granddad. Very kind of you all. And of course, make sure today you leave a comment down below for the YouTube algorithm. And whilst you're down there, make sure you do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new round here. And you've got to do it, all of you, this very second, if we score a goal from this. As Guindo comes forward, he had one job. I mean, thanks to him, we're not going to hit 100,000 subscribers today. Anyway, he's on the ball right now, once again, coming forward. Finds Unbom in the middle. He goes backwards to Carboni. Back to Guindo on this near side of the pitch. Out to Unbom, slightly more centrally. Puts it across the pitch to Nicolas Pepe. Fantastic ball. First time passing to Alberto. If that had gone in, that could have been team goal of the season. That was beautiful movement. And to be fair, it's not for the lack of trying. We are currently on 13 shots to Huddersfield's 1 shot right now. So things... We're trying our best. We just can't seem to get the ball on target very often. If we do, the keeper's got it all over. But Raul Jimenez is now through, in behind the defence, shoots, scores. That's what he does. You love to see it. As soon as I start complaining about not scoring goals, Jimenez does a lovely forwards roll to celebrate. Beautiful stuff. And hopefully we can grab just one more goal before half-time, as well as Williams plays the ball forward in towards Alberto, who just about keeps it in, can put a ball back to Williams, who can put a ball into the middle, potentially, if he can get past his marker, he can, into Vidal, across to Raul Jimenez, it's blocked, and it doesn't go in the back of a net somehow. I saw the ball fall to Pepe, and I wasn't convinced it was going to go in the back of a net then. I mean, the goal he scored to win the game against Stoke was great. He just can't score from like 2 yards out, which is so frustrating. He must have some sort of composition about it, or the word complex, isn't it? Not composition. He's not a musician. He's not bringing out banging tunes. He's got a complex about scoring from 6 yards out. One day, we'll get him to start scoring goals, but that's not going to be today, I don't think, sadly, for us at least. But he's on the ball right now. Can he put a ball into the middle to get one more goal before half-time? Carboni can't either. Highlight finishes. Half-time, 1-0 from 20 shots. I mean, I'd like to think we'd have scored more goals by now, particularly with an XG of 2.08, but at least we are winning. That's the main thing. And right at the start of this second half, we do have a highlight, which Guindo is going to put into the middle, back to Pepe at the far post, who heads it down to Raul Jimenez, who hits the post. Oh my goodness, we should have had so many goals in this game. I tell you who has been quite quiet though, that is Gabriel on the left-hand side of the pitch. I think basically we've just bought a dud. It's not the Gabriel Veron that we all thought he was going to be. Or know and love from previous FMs as well. He's been really good for me in previous FMs, for you guys in previous FMs. I think maybe this time around he's had his consistency nerfed or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but he's just scoring goals for... Really, you could not make it up. You could not make it up. Well, he's proved me wrong at least. He's proved me wrong by scoring a fantastic goal there. You love to see it. I mean... So 20 minutes to go. We'll make some subs in a moment's time just to give some players a little bit of a rest. But we do have a week off, I think, before the game against Wolves. So it's not too essential to make subs, particularly when we are doing so well right now and controlling this game. We want to try and get a third goal, though. 3-0 would be a beautiful result for us. 3-0 for the 3 points. That would be great. But Huddersfield coming forward, cross into the middle, just wide. I think that is the closest we've seen Huddersfield come so far in today's game. For the last 15 minutes, we'll take Unbom off for Kelechi. We'll get Gabriel off, despite his goal only on 6.9, for Almiron. And then Sula off for Tarkowski. Actually, one thing that did happen over the international break was... we've won a penalty. You love to see it. Jimenez to take this one. Over international break, the World Cup, a few players like Tarkowski did come to me and say, can I play more football? And I kind of said, yeah, maybe if you want to. So they have to get a bit more game time. Players like Tarkowski, Kelechi, again, talking to me, wanting to know if you can get more game time. But who's not going to get more game time is Callum Wilson, because Raul Jimenez is now up to 20 goals for the season. He is really firing them in. It's only January. And with 5 minutes to go, Almiron finds himself in the area as well. Just slowed down by the defenders there. Kelechi's shot doesn't go in, but Alberto's does. 4-0. What a great result. So this should give us a lot of confidence heading into the game against Wolves in the FA Cup. And as I record this today on Saturday morning, this afternoon I am commentating on Lincoln City versus Bowers and Pitsea in the FA Cup first round. It's FA Cup day today, so I'm very excited. I love the FA Cup. I think it's such a great competition, particularly for a lower league supporter like me. And obviously the story that Lincoln City went on a few years ago, getting to the quarterfinals, was absolutely mental. So I love the FA Cup, and Bowers and Pitsea, who we're playing against today, it's their first ever time in the FA Cup first round proper. So even if Lincoln lose today, somehow, because more than anyone else, I know it's possible for a lower league team to thrash the Premier League teams and stuff like that. So if Bowers and Pitsy do win today, I'll be gutted Lincoln haven't won, but for the sake of a fantastic FA Cup story, I don't think I'd mind too much. But obviously, there's a lot of prize money in the FA Cup and Lincoln need the money. So I'd rather us go on to win and get all the prize money as we concede a goal and can't keep a clean sheet. To be fair, we still have underperformed on our XG. The XG for us is like 4.36 and we've only got 4 goals. Well, I say only got 4 goals. Maybe we have just performed on our XG, but I'd like to think we should have scored a couple more goals in that game. But Nico Williams has now reached his 5 yellow card ban, so he's going to miss the next game. Is it the next game against Wolves he'll miss, or will it be the next Championship game? One of the two, I think. Oh, Barcelona want Luca Dean. Oh, I mean, we are standing in the way of so many of our players moving to some of the top clubs in the world. Apparently, though, he doesn't want to go to Barca, he wants to go to Tottenham. So I think I can reject this and he won't get cross with me. Even Inter Milan now want him for 24 million. Let's reject it. Madrid are making a bid for Sula. You've got to reach that £47.5 million, lads. So I'm going to have to reject this. Sula will get cross with me, though. He will get very cross with me. I'm sure there'll be a message in a moment's time saying how cross he is. No, apparently not. Okay, that's a weird one. Because usually he just starts having a go at me. He might do later on. I don't know. You never know. But usually, I'm surprised they've not come to me. In the meantime, we are taking on Wolverhampton Wanderers, and the only player that we need to change is Alberto, who's very tired. So we'll swap him out for... Let's bring Dele Alli on, because he's got match sharpness, as opposed to Almiron, who has no match sharpness. So we'll swap those two around. And Bomb's had a poor last 5 games or so. Let's maybe swap him with Kelechi. But other than that, Nico can still play today. Can we get Luca Dean or Bard back on? I think having Bard on the pitch might be better than Guindo at left back. Luca Dean's still just slightly injured. Luckily for us, actually, we had like a month and a half off for the International World Cup break, so most of his injury has been over that World Cup break. But I think that's the team. We'll leave Gabriel playing because he scored a goal, didn't he? So we'll leave him playing. Did I say Gabriel then? I meant Gabriel. I'm never going to get his name right. Anyway, kickoff is upon us here today. We are at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers, who conveniently, what am I talking about? Conveniently are playing in grey as we play in black and white. So it's actually a little difficult. If you're watching this on a small screen, this might be very difficult to tell the two teams apart. Why would they not just play in their orange kit? Anyway, it's Wolverhampton Wanderers on the ball once again, coming forward. Nelson Semedo this time looking to cut inside, is blocked off by our right back or left back, whichever one it is. Left back, isn't it? Doesn't matter because Zaha scored, so the whole team's to blame as far as I'm aware. I think that is Melvin Bard, who is just miles out of position. No, where's Melvin Bard at this point then? He's our left back. Is that Bard there? I don't know what Bard's doing. He's just in his own world, leaving literally Gabriel to come back and try and cover at left back where he's meant to be. If Melvin Bard had done his job, that wouldn't have gone on the back of the net. Oh well, 1-0 down, but of course they are Premier League opponents. They are meant to be better than us, but I'd like to think this team could do a decent job in the Premier League itself. So I'm a little upset that we are 1-0 down right now, and as Semedo comes forward, Bard actually doing a more defensive job this time around. Can't stop the pass though, then loses Semedo. Melvin Bard's at fault for both those goals. Why did I swap him in? This is a terrible performance from him. What is he doing? I mean, it's just far too easy for Semedo to then find Adama Traore, because then Carboni's got to try and mark both those players at the same time because Bard's doing his own thing. Sorry, lad. Oh, God, he's not on the bench, is he? Oh, Guindo's not even on the bench. We haven't even got a left-back on the bench. Mbom can play. I don't think Mbom can play there, if I'm honest with you. Bard... Jeez. Well, this has not gone so well. After a brilliant game last time out, I've messed things up. Willy Bolly, though, given a yellow card on the edge of the penalty area. This is a long build-up to a free kick, which means Pepe's going to score this one. Nearly. I think my free kick predictions, we got very lucky that one time. Went viral on TikTok, and then they've never come true since. But we've reached half-time, 2-0 down. It's not ideal, is it? As the screen glitched out behind us. I think what we can judge from that is that the game's broken, and that's why we're losing. I mean, you can't really help it if the game's broken itself. You know, there's nothing we can do about that, really. But with a Wolves corner 66 minutes into the game, game's broken. That's what it is. I told you, game's broken. Just realised I've not in my bed behind me. I just turned around and sorry, it's a bit of a mess behind me. I mean, luckily I'm in the way for most of it. You can't really see. If I just stay like this for the rest of the video, you can't see the mess that's behind me. The thing is, I don't think we've played badly in this game, apart from Melvin Bard. I think we have played pretty well. I mean, you look at the match stats, and the match stats are very even, I must say. They've had a few more shots and whatnot, but the match stats are very even, and I think we can hold our own against Premier League clubs when Dele Alli doesn't just pass it to Pedro Neto and allow Wilfred Zaha to use his pace to get forward. Kelleche's now got himself sent off. We didn't want to win the FA Cup anyway. You know, I'd rather just get knocked out of it straight away, focus on the league, obviously. We'll bring Dele Alli back then just to hold the shape in the midfield, but it's well and truly game over here. There's not even any point making subs at this point because we're not going to win. Watch us now score a goal. Okay, well maybe we can win it. Maybe we can. I don't know who we take off and change though. Almiron, on you come. Dele Alli, off you come for Mbom. Let's try that. To be fair, last time we were down to 10 men, we did then go and score 3 goals to win the game. We could get a draw here and go to a replay. And look at this. Like, we are level. We're more on shot. We've had more level on shots again. XG is basically the same. They've had loads more shots on target though. That's the difference between the two teams right now. Just the shots on target. That's literally it. And we lose it 3-1. Well, I think there's plenty of positives to take from that. We've matched a Premier League team easily. We had Melvin Bard in our team. That's the difference. The difference between us and Wolves is Melvin Bard. Where is he? The little twat. Right, Melvin Bard. Discuss. Warm player. Criticise last game. You were not good enough defensively. Fair enough, I'll do better next time. At least he recognises that. But you might not recognise any future at this club at this rate, I'm afraid. Anyway, that is going to bring an end to today's episode. I think next time out, I can't help but do it. We come back for Ipswich and Lincoln City. We've got to do Lincoln City. I can't not do them. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have done, make sure you do drop a like on the video for me. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Follow me on all the social medias as well. I said that very quickly. I don't think it came out as one coherent sentence. Follow me on all the other social medias as well. Links down in the description to Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all that kind of good stuff. And until next time, have a wonderful evening. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.